Hey friend, it's Amy Tangerine. This book right here, hands down, it's one of my absolute favorites. Call it a scrapbook, a memory journal, a creative catch-all, or a junk journal. It honestly does not matter. What matters is that it holds pieces of my summer from a couple of years ago. It's messy, it's colorful, it's filled with little scraps of life. Photos, receipts, doodles, wrappers, all kinds of things, and every page brings me right back to those everyday moments that made the season so special. In between sunrise and sunset, this is where the magic happens. This year, I'm starting fresh, and you're invited to make your own album as well. I'll show you how I'm setting up the cover and first page of my 2025 summer journal. Nothing fancy, nothing perfect, just using what I have on hand, some items from nearly 20 years ago, because making doesn't have to mean buying a bunch of new supplies. It can simply mean carving out time to get those creative juices flowing and saying yes to capturing life's little moments as they're happening this season. So if you've ever wanted to document your days but felt stuck on where or how to begin, this video is for you. So I started off by taking paper plate 2, tearing out some pages that I really wanted to use on the cover, and grabbing my zip dry to glue it on. Now here is where I wasn't sure if this was the right thing to do, which was to allow some of the design to go onto the back cover, but I think I'm okay with it. So part of the fun in decorating the cover is experimenting, trying new things, and allowing yourself to go with the flow. I knew I wanted to include these bubbles, and I like the way the colors are coordinating. I want to ground it with a little bit of titanium white and this catalyst tool, which I love and I've linked below. It's one of those things where it just adds a nice little artsy touch, but also a little bit messy. This Color Your World sticker book is already sold out. I'm so sorry, but this is one of my favorite stickers in it, and I'm excited to use a few of them on the cover. This one says, "Do what makes you happy," which will go right inside. And this stamp set is from 2016, summer 2016, so 9 years ago. And I'm probably going to use it, but this is one of our newest stamp sets, Icons 2, and this hummingbird right here is going to get stamped onto the white. Now that it's dry, I am going to clean off the stamp with a baby wipe and then put it back on the sticker sheet or stamp sheet, whatever it's called, and grab the hearts. And here is what I love to do with tiny patterns, is just repeatedly stamp them everywhere. And I like doing it along the edge, which is why I have that white piece of paper underneath, so that I can go right onto the edge of the cover. I think it's just a nice little effect in hot pink as well up there. And this is one of my favorite masks. I'm going to use this tool, which is a blending tool from Altenew, and get the honeycomb design. I think this is called Punchinella. It's a sequin backing, and I love the little effect of the polka dots. Whoops, I messed up there. And it wasn't really showing on the back cover anyway with this color. So I think I'm going to tear out another piece from paper plate 2. Before I do that though, I was going through my stash and I found this stamp from 2008. It still has a price of $7.99 on it, and I think I've only used it one other time. It was from a local scrapbooking store. I'm not sure which one, but I'm so glad I dove into my stash. I'm sure you all have some old supplies that you can pull out too. These alphabet stamps are amazing and they're one of my favorites. I also think I got them probably in 2007, and it's been part of my go-to for the fact that it stamps so well, and I really like the font. Old supplies still hold new stories. The magic isn't in the product, it's in what you do with it. And if you're like me and you mess up, there's beauty in the imperfect and joy in the trying as well. The 2 is not stamped right, but I'm trying to see if I can fudge it again. And oh, I was so upset with myself. I got over it though and decided that I would take one of these pages with this grid paper. It's a very thin paper and I like the simple patterning. So I'm going to stamp it all, tear it out, and see if I should cut it or not. This is from March 2020. And you just make do sometimes, or get used to the fact that as you're going with a flow, sometimes you make mistakes and it's part of the process. And with that, I'm going to try to cover it up a little bit more. I found this butterfly. Layering stickers is really fun to do. I really wanted to ground that 2025 too, so I'm cutting off this little bit of gingham tape. And then I need something else so this paint splotch looks good, although I think it's a little too thick. Oh look, I'm probably going to cover one of those hearts, which is okay too. I'm not going to cover it up. Okay, great. So I'm trimming off the excess, and cutting stickers is something that you can do to adapt your design, make it work for you. Gluing down the 2025 with zip dry, and then committing to the back cover with some more zip dry to cover up that honeycomb design. But I decided to show some of the craft still, so I'm going to smush this down and then I'm going to trim off the bottom. But what's nice about this is that once again I'm going to fold this over, so I'm adding a little bit of glue here, and then I'm simply going to fold it over so it sticks. So I'm pressing down, ensuring that it sticks down. Yay, that's what it looks like so far. And now I'm going to add a little bit to the inside front cover. This is one of my favorite things to do. Is as I am creating this, I try to think of what I'm going to write inside, and I wanted to add a little bit of Posca detailing here on the cover. Then this peach didn't really show up. I wasn't really happy with it, so I decided to just add a little bit inside on the first page. These flip-flops look really cute. Take a look at the icons that you might have, or little scraps from magazines that you can also include in your summer book. Including different types of media is one of the funnest things. Is funnest a word? Is the most fun things of this process to me. I'm grabbing some watercolors that I have just on my desk from a different project, which I am so excited about. I'm using a lot of this blue and I want to do some splashes, so I'm just hitting the paintbrush, and of course I got some on the table, so I'm cleaning it off with a baby wipe. But I didn't realize that I smudged that while I was cleaning it off with the actual table cleaner, like 409 type of thing. So I'm dabbing off some of the drops, and then I realized that I'm going to make it look intentionally messy. So I've got a Tombow marker, I'm adding some water onto the acrylic block, and I'm doing the smushing technique. Remember, there are no rules when it comes to creating, and I actually like the way this looks sort of like splashes of water. So I'm adding some more intentional drops in here and trying to create something that feels like summer, feels sort of beachy, but also could be symbolic of enjoying yourself and feeling free to play. Part of the joy of paper play is tearing out these little papers and seeing what fits, using whatever glue you have. I happen to really love zip dry right now. I didn't find myself using liquid glue that much on paper, but zip dry is amazing. So now I want to trim this magazine clipping a little bit. Make your supplies and your little bits work for you. You may make some discoveries along the way of what you like to use and what you don't. Here I'm going back to my trusty old Avery glue stick because I just had it nearby, and I think that it's the perfect size for the glue stick to go onto all of it for full coverage. Now, this is what we're looking at, and I'm really happy with this direction. I also don't mind, I'm going to show you the back of this first page because I really don't mind the wrinkling of the paper, but I don't love that there's bleed through that you can't read. Does that make sense? So if it was just a shape, like a flower or a silhouette, I don't know if it would bother me as much, but I don't like the back of summer to be there. So I'm going to cover it up with this paper. And as I'm tearing it, I'm realizing that I actually think I like the other side better because it's more colorful and vibrant and feels a little bit more like my style. Now, you might be wondering, how do you decide, right? Because both of them work to me in my mind. But really, I have been super indecisive about several things. I don't need to overthink this process. It should be fun and freeing. Wouldn't you agree? Okay, so the intro page says, Summer Love. Let the sunshine in. Let it spill onto the pages. Look on the bright side. Let this be a place where the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Capture the joy, find the fun, wander towards wonderful. This is your permission slip to savor it all. Life is golden. Thanks so much for being here with me. I don't know what the rest of the pages will hold, but that's the magic of it. Whether you're wanting to document every detail of your summer or just highlighting some moments here and there, remember, it's not about perfection. It's about presence and connection. Connecting to yourself, your friends and family, connecting to your creativity, which definitely includes giving yourself plenty of grace and space, especially if you're prone to making mistakes like I am. So open that notebook, use that sticker you've been saving, print the photo that makes you smile. Have fun and play. Tell me one thing that you're looking forward to putting into your summer journal. Thanks as always for watching. I hope you feel inspired to get those creative juices flowing, my friend.